and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. So 2nd and 10 here. To throw. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
This is Rawls. And they'll bring this one inside the 35. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
On 2nd down, Rawls. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. That one good for 21 yards. Let's go. Following the penalty, it's Rawls. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They give it to Rawls. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
Yeah, as an offensive coordinator, if you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work. But in his defense, this has been a stifling defense so far. So they've got to start finding a way to unlock them as this game goes on.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out come the Giants. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They're going to look to throw. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. They go play action here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Duke Riley from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Rolling to his right. This one complete to Devin Funchess. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Back to throw here. Complete to Hilton. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Johnson running right. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
He'll drop to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's got room. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it here. This is Deontay Foreman, and they'll get him down right around the 16. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to New Orleans after this. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go with Johnson. But he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Call it a 3-yard gain. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Aaron Ripkowski, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants are in for 6. And he puts it through. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Hurry up, here we go.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
From the gun on 3rd down, Romero. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right.
He's got daylight. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there, 75 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now back to throw. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Eluding the pressure right. Open man right side is Ingram. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. The Patriots, they've opened a 2-touchdown advantage in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to fourth down. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And the slot man goes in motion left. Off the play fake. Romero. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's second down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. Now a give. Right side, it's Rawls. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. Third down, here's Rawls. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. So we've reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll set up to throw. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Giants on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Beckham, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7. Off play action. Romero. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Well, usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
Yeah, and how about the range, too? Coming from the outside part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play happen. No gain for the offense, big play for the defense.
They'll drop the throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
That's taken on the 25. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other bats in the league.
Able to pull off the hurdle. Not a ton there on the back end, but a nice move and a good gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. They'll hand to Rawls. And he's going to be met at about the 43. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And does a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down. Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Back to throw. Romero. And that is going to be incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Giants are going to get the football back. And the Giants ready to come out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Johnson on the counter. They find some open field here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop it. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Jordan Hicks in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On play action, they'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Duke Riley in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play clock winding down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. A check of the scoreboard there in the 3rd and Baltimore. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Melvin Gordon, a good game to this point. He's closing in on 100 yards rushing. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Back to the ground on 1st. Again, it's Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the 4th quarter of play. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Romero. And a sideline pass. That's caught by Thomas. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Romero. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. The Saints on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Romero. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
They try the left side with Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. To throw here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. They'll set up a throw. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. It's such a risky play there to fake it. You're either the hero or the GOAT. Here, they're going to be the GOAT.
Unfortunate, too, because you know they thought they had something there. They don't call it just to call it. They don't just say, oh, what the heck, let's go ahead and fake it here. They feel like they've got something on. They've got the defense in the right spot. Just unsuccessful in that opportunity.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Romero throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. A good pickup there at 22. On 1st and 10, Romero. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No. And now here is another interception. Kentrell Bryce picks it, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Giants add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Gerald McCoy forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards.
Here we go now. Detroit!
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Romero. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Throwing on 3rd and long. Romero looking left side. It's complete. He's got it. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Operating from the gun, Romero. He's going to let it go deep for the ends. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off with great anticipation. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Toss. Here's Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Giants on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 30, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They give to Johnson going right. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And almost intercepted. That would have been his 3rd pick in this game alone. Instead, 4th down.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And you figure with that, this game's pretty well out of reach.
It would take a heck of a comeback at this point. Being 3 scores down, I think that's too much to ask with time winding down here in the 4th.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Here's Rawls. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off play action. Romero. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now let's go. Watch it now, buddy.
On 3rd down, Romero throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas, and he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like, and the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Saints on third down, not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
All right, here we go. All right, now, lock it 56. Lock it.
From the gun, Romero. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the fourth quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Looking to throw. Romero. It's caught inside the 25.